First things first, let's talk about the two different types of farms. There's geographic farms and demographic farms. Geographic farms are exactly what they sound like. It's where you farm or market to a particular region, area, zip code, neighborhood, whatever. A geographic location that you are consistently marketing to over time and attempt to become the go-to expert in that particular area, okay? Demographic farming is where you farm a particular type of individual, okay? So for example, if you are just looking to market to people who have lived in their home for a certain amount of time, right? Or who make a certain amount of money, if you're looking to just market to luxury homes or something like that, that's not geographic. If I'm looking to just market to a particular sales price or price point or something like that, that's demographic farming. I'm looking to market to people who are in a particular demographic, okay? So there are pros and cons to both. Now, the marketing avenues are going to be similar for the most part, okay? Choosing your farm is going to be a little bit different, and there are pros and cons to both. The pros to marketing to a geographic area, okay, are that you get to build up your brand over time in that particular area so people know who you are because they see your marketing all the time, they see your signs everywhere. You get to leverage one sale into another, into multiple in a particular geographic area, okay? So you can really shout your success from the mountaintops and it'll resonate with people if you're marketing to a particular area where you're selling a lot of homes there, okay? So your goal, the objective of your marketing campaigns are to become the local expert or like hyper local expert in that particular area, okay? The pros of a demographic farm is that you can target people that are closer to actually becoming a real lead and doing something in real estate on a lot shorter time frame, okay? That's the pros. You can use analytics and get really hyper specific with who you're sending your message to become really efficient in finding people that are closer to actually making a move in real estate, okay? What you can't do here, what are some of the cons? The cons for demographic farming, okay, are that you don't really get to snowball your success the same way as you do with geographic farming because all these people in this demographic are not going to live in the same area, okay? So your success is not always going to resonate with the rest of your farm. So it's a little bit harder to become the local expert. It's harder to build your brand name with demographic farming, okay? So the pros are that you can find and target your message a little bit more specifically to people who are looking to make a move a little bit sooner. Okay, but you don't build up that same brand recognition because these people are scattered all over the place. Now, with geographic farming, you do get to build your brand up. That's the big pro for geographic farming. Your success will snowball in a geographic farm. People will tend to start to recognize you and your brand over time if you just stay consistent with it. Now, one of the cons is you don't get to control how your demographics look here, right? So over time, you're going to have different turnover rates in your farm, right? So in a particular zip code, you may have a lot of people move one year, okay? But then they may stay put for a while. And the amount of people that move the next year may go down dramatically, right? And so you don't get to control your demographics here in your geographic farm. So the amount of people actually moving, your analytics there, may change over time, right? And so your success rates may ebb and flow a little bit. But you should be able to counteract that by taking a little bit more market share every single year as your brand recognition really improves in that area. So those are the two different types of farms, and we're going to dive into both. It's going to be up to you to decide which is more effective for you. I will tell you that over time, if you're successful at this, it's probably worth taking on both. You want to do a little bit of each. You want to become a hyper-local expert in the area where you work the most, and you want to target a certain demographic, certain price points or different things like that to have a consistent flow of people that are looking to make a move on a shorter time frame. So let's dive in. Let's talk a little bit about building your toolbox now, and let's get you prepared to build your tool belt so you can start building your systems for your farming campaigns.